Welcome to Distance Learning. Let's finish out this semester strong. You've heard me say numerous times the importance of starting, staying strong, but most importantly, it's those who finish that are the most successful. So let's finish as well as you possibly can. Some things that are going to help you with that. Tools that we've been going over pretty much all year. First and foremost, focus. Discipline. We've talked about that from day one. People getting, I used to dangle getting onto the cook line as like, you got to focus, you got to be driven, you have to show me that you're motivated, show me that you are able to have the discipline to sit down and quietly write that warm-up, to get your classwork done, etc. Now there's no cook line to dangle, there's no labs that we're going to get your hands on, there's no food that I'm going to be giving you, so now it is truly up to you. The time is extremely important for you to have focus, and I think that we can do a lot with the skills that you've taken away from culinary arts. So look forward to that. In the short term, I'm going to ask you to be really patient. I know today's the rollout of online learning, and there are a few weeks where teachers are learning how to do online learning and all of that. There's a lot that goes into this, and there's a lot to consider, especially when you consider a class like culinary arts, like nutrition, where there's a hands-on element and the success of the student, success of the class is greatly dependent upon that. So now it's going to be up to us working together to make that happen. Sure, I'll be doing some demos here in my kitchen and I'll be giving you some videos here and there, but what I want you to do over the next 6-8 weeks, 6 weeks for a grade, for those who are counting, starting on April 27th, what I want you to do is start kind of harnessing, I've asked you to think like managers in the past, start harvesting those thoughts, start kind of like thinking along those lines. Think as the chef, think as the sous chef, think as the purchasing manager, think as the person that's designing menus, think as the person that's paying for all of the food. Think of the person, the hospitality professional, the owner, that gets to go around and talk to tables and see how people are doing. This is going to be your role. Hospitality industry professional / sous chef / owner / finance person, etc. You're going to put all this to use, and you're going to put it to use in your own house. It's going to benefit you, it's going to benefit your family, potentially. If you grow your little enterprise, whatever that looks like for you, it could help your community. And so these are important times. Look at the restaurant industry right now. The restaurant industry is completely changed. Who's able to work right now? Essential workers. Food service is an essential service. We are keeping people alive. So while you may not have thought much of the food handling practices and washing your hands and all those things when we went over them, and you may have taken the test and not necessarily learned all of the information necessary with food safety, now's the time. If you've been paying attention to the news, you understand the importance of the 20-second hand wash, rather. 20 minutes, that'd be a long one. The 20-second hand wash. It's an important thing. It's keeping us alive right now. The skills that we take away from our class are far-reaching, and I've told you that from the start. And it's a shame that it took coronavirus to really strike this home for a lot of students, but it's hitting home. We are keeping people alive. We are keeping people safe. People are still going out to eat. Do you think that while we should be wearing masks and be really concerned when we go to a grocery store, how should we feel about getting food from takeout? How should we feel about getting food from a restaurant where we don't see the people in the kitchen? We blindly trust, but there are a lot of authorities that are looking into this and looking at practices and best practices, and the best are being very transparent about it. They're wearing masks. They're doing things to show, hey, we're being safe here, we care about you. So that's going to be your role moving forward, so look forward to that. What I want you to do in the short term, enrichment, not necessarily for a grade, but I want you to start getting into the mindset of thinking like a boss, thinking like a manager, thinking like the owner of your establishment, of your kitchen. If you don't have any role in picking up groceries and going shopping, it's time to start. It's time to start having a conversation with whomever you live with about what you're going to buy, how you're going to buy it, and how you are going to be in charge of the ingredients throughout your household. I understand that many of you live with very knowledgeable cooks. Some of you even live with people that are in industry. that may or may not have a significant role in what's going on with restaurants right now. No matter your situation, if you have a burner to cook on or not, it's important that you are in charge of the ingredients and the food that's going into you and your parent or guardians and your family's mouths. So that's something that I want you to think about over the next couple weeks. And I'll be touching bases with you and checking in with you as well. But an important thing for you to do is be aware. Be aware of any waste. Now's not the time to waste any ingredients. People, if you've been to the grocery store with someone from your family or by yourself, you've seen the shelves. They're decimated. Like all the baking ingredients are gone. And so what can you do with the food that you have on hand? This is where you come in. This is where your knife skills come in. This is where your sanitation practices come in. All the time you spent washing dishes in the dish room, all that time you spent on SP2, all of these things actually matter. And now is the time to let that shine. So show me that you are into it. Show me that you're interested. Show me that you are being that manager, that sous chef. And then we'll continue this conversation as we move forward. In the meantime, stay well. Look for more information coming from me in Google Classroom. Make sure your families are well. Wash your hands. All right, take care.